What's going on? What's going on, my beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Grow, Live, Dream. I am your boy, LaVar Robinson, and this is my brother T. Hutton, the motivator. And today we're going to talk to y'all a little bit about the animal kingdom. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I am doing good, man. Having a good day. You know, I hear with the bright yellow background over here with the canary, you know, out taking care of business.
That's how you going to do it. That's how you going to do it. You going to name the color, huh? You going to name
man,
that sound just like my best friend right now. You know all the colors.
Man, how's your day going?
Oh, it's been good, man. Good. Got a chance to get a lot of stuff done, man. Just been moving, really excited about everything that's going on in business, man. Just staying busy, man. Staying busy. Yourself?
Man, doing exactly the same thing, staying busy, staying focused, working on developing a few new things, and excited about those different things as they come around. We're getting ready to start having a little Grow, Live, Dream apparel to be able to give away. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm just excited, man. Excited for the show. Ready to get rolling, man. Let's talk to them.
Man, we're rocking in, man. Rocking in.
Well, first off, we're going to be talking about where are you in the animal kingdom? And so that's going to be a series that we're going to go with for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And then we will transition from there into a new series. But today we're going to be talking about what is the lion about? What is the lion about? Well, we've all seen them, seen the stories, heard the stories, and we always hear about the lion, the king of the jungle. So we're going to talk about that today. What is the lion about? What does it mean to be the king of the jungle? And what does your jungle look like in your life? What is your habitat that you're trying to be the king or queen over? What is it that you want to be ruler of? And what does it look like to be that person? What kind of characteristics, things that we can learn from the lion that we can really apply to our life to ensure that we are doing our best to rule and be dominant over our habitat?
And that's important. That's super important. What up, Rodell? How you doing? But that's super important to understand what we're talking about right now. But before we go any deeper, let's go ahead and do a little house cleaning, y'all. Make sure that you commenting, join in on this conversation with us. Make sure that you're sharing this. Make sure you love it and like it, right? Because what we do for free, and it's primarily to just show love and to love on people and to help people be able to grow to the next level. What's up, Yesenia? How you doing, Queen? Nice to see you again. Thank you very much for supporting. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and rock into this thing. I believe this is super important. This particular topic is so dope, T. Hutton, because people have to understand that, we usually look at these particular animals, or we look at the lion from a surface view. I know I have, but you got to realize that certain things and the way that they go about things are things that we can utilize in our own life in order to be able to build, in order to be able to master, in order to be able to be in charge of what we got in front of us and accept that true responsibility.
And you're right about that. And it's so often that we see like such graphic imagery. We see the lion attacking a prey, or the lion doing all these majestic things, or even sometimes we just see the lion resting. And we don't really put it in perspective. We just see the imagery and the words that are tagged above or below the lion, and we just take those to heart. But what does it really mean? What does it really look like to be a lion? So today, let's talk about that. And then we're going to look at some of the things that a lion does and see how we can utilize that in our own lives. One of the things I would like to start off by mentioning is that, most people know that the lion is the king of the jungle, and they always assume the lion with the mane is the person doing all the killing, doing all the hunting. But believe it or not, a lion, the male lion, the adult male lion in a pride only does about 30% of the hunting.
No, I always heard that they're the main ones. Really?
No, they only do about 30% of the hunting. So believe it or not, like we talk about, LaVar, I know you can really appreciate this, because in the business world, oftentimes what we see is women out there starting new businesses. Right. Women out there going out there getting it at such a high level. In the animal kingdom, in the lion's pride, that's who's out there doing it too. 70% of the time, most of the hunting is done by the women. The lioness is out there hunting, taking care of the cubs and hunting. That's like a single mother if you really think about it. She's out there getting the food and taking care of the cubs. There's so many people don't understand what that really looks like in their own lives. What
Right.
can they be doing? They can be doing 2 things, maybe 3 things.
Mhm.
I really challenge you to ask yourself, what are you doing? Because there's more than just hunting. You got to take care of the family, but then you can't just take care of the family also.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I mean, it's amazing when you even think about that. I remember coming up, of course, because we grew up together that, I grew up in a single parent household, and watching my mom, being that lioness, putting in that work, right? Going out and making things happen. Right. And we got to learn from that. I learned from that. I learned from that, just watching her, watching the amount of effort that she put in. And I realized that I really didn't want to take on that particular characteristic. I wanted to make sure that as far as not helping, as far as not being a go-getter, as far as not putting in a majority of the effort, right? But understand, even when we're looking at what you were just saying, the lion puts in only 30%, right? But when you look at that 30%, you got to think about all the other things he's doing.
And that's the thing. The male lion in the pride is also doing other things.
That's
He's
right.
also, not only is he helping hunt, but he's also out there protecting the actual pride itself. He's
That's
protecting
right.
not only the pride, but also the hunting lands in which the lioness are out there hunting in.
Mhm.
Keeping it safe from other lions and other predators that may try to encroach on their hunting lands.
Mhm.
It is said that a lion roams on average 100 miles a day to protect his habitat. What are you going about in your life to protect? What are you going out your way to protect in your life? Because there are some things that you should be protecting that it seems like some of us are not going out our way to protect. Whether it's our relationships, our mindsets. Let's be honest, half of us don't go out the way to protect our mindset. We listen to, we watch all kinds of filth, and that stuff seeps into our mind. I challenge you, go out your way to protect your mindset. Go the extra mile. If the lion can go 100 miles to protect his habitat, you can go the extra mile to protect your mindset. How about you, LeVar? What you think?
Oh man, and everything possible, right? I put a post up, or actually, I put a post up. It was actually on my story, and in that story it says, "Even in the night, I know I am king. Even in the dark, I know I am king. Even in the dark, I know I am king." Right, and that mindset comes from making sure that you have the right person, places, and things around you. Just making sure that you have access to that. You got to do everything in your power to understand your power. You got to do everything in your power to understand your power, right? And some of that is just already in you. It's already God given. It's already there, right? You just have to utilize it in your actions.
Yeah, it's funny that you say it's already there. I was watching a video because when I start researching topics, I get a little too. I go down the rabbit hole on YouTube quite often. if I'm researching something, it's either a book, article, something. I go down the rabbit hole, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things I seen was a lion waiting on his prey. The lioness, it was not just one; it was like multiple of them. They were waiting on their prey, and as they waited on their prey, they sat there, and the prey never knew they was already there. Because sometimes you have to wait on things, but it's already there.
Opportunity. You waited on that opportunity. You prepared for that opportunity. You were ready. That opportunity jumped out there and boom. All right, go ahead. Finish. I got excited real quick.
Hey man, this is Big Cat Week. You supposed to be excited. I remember being young. I would watch Animal Planet. They'd be like, Big Cat Week. And I'd be like, yeah. I'd be all extra crunk because I know it's about to go down. They killing some on Big Cat Week. They're going to be showing some real live hunt.
And the crazy thing about it, before you move forward, I was just in Phoenix, and me and my boys, we went to the zoo. Yeah. And we walked up on the lions then, and it's just, I've seen them before, but it's just different when you see them up close. When you see how big them boys are, it's different, man. It's different. Go ahead. Jump.
Man, I'll never forget going to the MGM Grand. First time we ever went to Las Vegas, and the MGM Grand used to have actual lions inside. You remember that?
No,
you used to be able to walk underneath the lion pit. They had like a whole lion's den where you actually had live lions in it. And like I
Oh,
remember
wow.
walking underneath, and I got a picture of my hand up beside like a lion's paw, and he's just like laying down resting because it says that on average lions sleep 20 hours a day. Go
20
figure.
hours, y'all.
20 hours.
20 hours. All right, Rodell.
All right, Rodell. Appreciate it, fam. Love the support. Hey, but
Yes,
it
sir.
says
What's
that
up,
they
Gerard?
rest.
I see you, man. I see you. What's happening? Everybody else is watching. What's going on? Go ahead. Shout out where you watching from in the chat real quick. But go ahead, brother.
No, they're saying that lions sleep 20 hours a day, and I remember hearing ET says a lot of people are like, well, hey, he sleeps a lot. Well, just imagine what he accomplished in those 20 hours. I mean, in those 4 hours, if he's sleeping those 20.
Yeah,
there's some stuff that you can accomplish in a short period of time. I'm going to take a brief moment and speak about that, because if the lion is sleeping 20 hours a day, that only leaves 4 hours for the lion that does everything that it needs to accomplish in that day. I told you that a lion goes around over 100 miles on average to protect its habitat. That happens in that same 4 hours. The first thing they say lions do when they first wake up is they spend time with their family, with their pride. Because lions are social. It's also why they consider to be one of the smartest cats. Big cats, because they learn from each other. Are you learning from someone in your group? You should be. We hear us talk all the time about the networks, the people that you will have a relationship with. LeVar, I know you talk about it like even more than I do about, hey, you got to know who you are in relationship with.
Oh, yeah, definitely. 100%.
Why is that so important, though? Like, help understand why that's so important.
Well, first and foremost, it starts by knowing who you are, right? And what you bring to the relationship, right? That then allows you to be able to understand the importance of you, right? They say that in packs of lions, they very rarely ever kill each other. Very rarely ever kill each other. As a matter of fact, they say they go out of their way not to cause issues amongst each other. Man, that's big when you think about that, right? When you think about that, because they could definitely be up out here killing each other, right? Just think about all of the people that we know that are out here and they're just hurting each other, right? They're not lions. They're definitely not lions. 110% on that. But it's super important, back to what you were saying. It's super important to understand you first. You have to understand you first, and then you can actually bring to the pride what you need to bring to the pride. Super important.
I love the fact that they call it a pride. Like, I feel like when you think about your circle, your group of friends, your business partner, your life partner, your wife, your spouse, your husband, your children, your family, whatever that unit is for you, you should have some pride in it. So I love the fact that it calls it a pride. My question for you watching, if you're watching this live, what are you proud of? What group are you proud of? Who's part of your pride? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it your business partners? Who's part of your pride? Because whoever part of your pride is also who you're hunting with. Now imagine this, LeVar, because I like to just illustrate stuff. Imagine we go hunting, right? And we go out hunting and we're hunting for big game, something vicious. And while we're out there hunting, something happens and you realize that you the only person who brought something to hunt something with. I'm out here with you, slowing you down. I ain't bringing no back. I ain't got no gear. I'm just out here slowing you down. That's how it is. Like, what happens if your pride is not up to par? They want to go hunting with you, but they don't even got the utensils to hunt. I'm out here deer hunting with you, LeVar, and I ain't got a bow and an arrow, a rock, a pistol, a rifle, nothing. But I want to eat when you're ready to eat.
Let me tell you, so very interesting, when you think about that, what you're saying right now. One of the things that we don't know is, like, when we think about the lion's pride, the pride actually doesn't always stay together. Sometimes they disperse, right? And they go to different parts of the territory, right, to hunt, right, to make sure that the pride in general eats, right? So if you already know who you are, if you already are with the right pride, you can work together to make sure everybody eats. So regardless of whether you're with each other the whole time or not with each other the whole time, you're still working together because you're a part of the same pride. You're made the same, right? And that's super important in making sure that the people that we're dealing with, T. Hutton, the people that are part of our pride, right, have that mentality of everybody eating, right, and everybody working together.
Yeah, and it's funny when I think about it, because when I read this, it blew my mind. They said only 1/3 of the hunts are successful. Imagine this, LeVar. You sleep 20 hours a day, and only 1/3 of the hunts are successful. You only hunting once a night. So imagine how many days you go hungry. See, there's some things that people been working on, and they're getting frustrated because, hey, it didn't work out the first time. And like we watch TV and we see lions and they're big and they look powerful and strong, and it doesn't work out for them the first time either. Let's be honest. Every 3 hunts, 2 of those you coming home hungry. So just imagine that if you work in sales and you go out, every 3 customers you talk to, only one of them buy something from you. You know what we call that, LeVar, in sales? A numbers game. You better get in front of more people if you want to eat better.
You better get in front of more people if you want to eat better. Like when you're even thinking about that, the lion, they say you said 1/3. That's crazy. But this is what's the best part of that. Even though a majority of the time they don't bring anything home, they don't just sit down and give up. They don't just sit down and die and say, well, I'm gonna die now. I'm not eating enough. No, they get up and they gonna make it happen. Sometimes they have to move hundreds and hundreds of miles to find food, y'all. Y'all ain't understand, right? Going days and sometimes weeks without eating. You got to understand. And in your life, sometimes you may go a day not getting the success that you want, and you ready to give up. And you ready to give up. But just imagine how good that meal tastes when they finally get hold to it. It's the same thing in life, guys. It's the same thing with where you're trying to go in life. Just imagine how well that success, how good that success is going to taste and feel when you finally get there because you did not give up.
You know what I like to look at it like? Because I like to struggle. You heard me say it last time. I'm about to struggle, man. I don't know if it's just what we grew up at or something, but just seeing people continue to struggle till they get there, it's something about the struggle. So when I think about this fact of not eating day in, day out, and still going out hunting, I think about the struggle because each time I look at it like this. I'm watching a lion chase a prey, and each time he barely misses him, you know what? The next prey stands less and less of a chance because sooner or later, I'm eating something. So the more you hunger for it, the more you have that belief that you can accomplish this dream and you continue to fight and strive for it, the closer you get to it. And like LeVar said, when you finally capture it, because trust me, you're going to capture it. If you continue to fight, you'll get there. Like you don't just lay down and give up when the meal doesn't lay down and give up for you. If you're a lion and you chasing your prey, I guarantee the meal ain't gonna lay down and be like, hey, go ahead, you can have me. I'm good. I done ran 3 weeks. I'm good. Like, no, it ain't gonna happen like that.
I don't even feel like running today.
I don't even feel like running today. I'm just gonna lay down
and take that pound of flesh or everything.
No, man. There's some stuff that you chasing in your life right now. There's some stuff that you've been pursuing for a while. It's not gonna lay down. You gotta catch it.
You gotta catch it.
It ain't gonna just give up. You've been chasing it for a while. Like if it was gonna give up, it probably gave up day 2, day 3. You've been chasing this for 3 years.
Come on.
Go get it.
Come on.
It ain't gonna lay down for you. You gotta go get it.
Put go get it in the chat, y'all. Put go get it in the chat. Because at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to go get it. It's your responsibility that day in and day out, no matter how hard it gets, to keep pushing through to get to where you need to go. The problem with most people is that they get halfway there, it gets harder. And let me tell you, it gets harder more mentally than physically than anything. Let me say that again. It gets harder more mentally than physically than anything, because the longer it takes for you to get it, the more you start looking in the mirror and say, oh my God, you start looking down on yourself. You start being like, man, this ain't never gonna happen. And that weight is actually heavier than the work that you got to do to put in. So with that being said, as I say all the time, and y'all can hear me always say on here, give yourself grace, get out of your way and keep pushing, because you are the lion. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing, because just right around the corner is success. You got to go get it.
I like Birds put on here, Kingdom Birds put on here, go get it and come back with it. You know why I like that? Because you go get it and you bring it back to the pride. Because guess what? If you really about the pride, it's not all about you. So you go get it, bring it back so we all can eat a meal, so we can go out and get it together tomorrow.
That's right.
Like you said, they disperse and go get it.
That's right.
You might not get it on your side. It might not be nothing to eat on your side of the habitat. You might go 100 miles one way and you have to limp back hungry. But your friend went 100 miles the other way and came back with something.
I was looking at a post the other day. They said, you know, and I'm paraphrasing. They said, but you know, if you become successful or you get to that particular point where you're eating, build a bigger table, not a higher fence. Build a longer table, not a higher fence. And that's how I feel in my life. You know, there's too many people running around here building higher fence, and when there's enough out here for everybody to eat. It's enough out here for everybody to win. The only time it starts getting, once again, it's a mental thing, is when we create scarcity in our minds. When we create scarcity in our minds, I need y'all to hear what I just said. When you create scarcity in your minds, that's when you start acting weird and start doing craziness, right? Thinking that other people
running to Walmart, getting all the toilet paper and Walmart. You panic because they told you the storm coming, and the storm ain't
got the whole shelf of toilet paper.
Hey, look, you got a whole. Look, you done went to the store and packed your whole car down with stuff because they said the storm was coming, but you didn't pay attention. The storm wasn't even coming to your area. They like a tornado is gonna hit in Texas. You live in Wichita Falls, Texas. Man. You ain't even close to the coast, and you went to the store and bought all the toilet paper and water up.
All the toilet paper. That's because you've created in your mind that fear. You've created in your mind that fear that you're going to be impacted on another level. When truth of the matter is that fear is what stops the majority of people from getting to where they need to go, and have people out here once again acting weird, doing weird things, right? As if you the only person that's out here that's wanting more, right? It's enough out here for everybody to eat. I say that again. What's up, you Meeks? How you doing? That Yesenia said, hold on. She said, Kingdom builders stretch their tables. You best believe it, ma'am. 110%. Go ahead, T. Hud.
Look, getting back to the lion himself. When we look at the lion pride, you have the lions and you have the lioness and you have the cubs. They are a pride, a very social creature, and they work together. Like there's no other way around it. If you want to build something, if you want to have something, you got to be willing to work together. I remember hearing people say it's no I in team when I was young. You know, it's all about teamwork. Trust the process. The process is trusting your teammates, because as you develop they have to develop themselves. I remember playing football. Let me tell you something. You hear them say it all the time in football. If you don't have a good offensive line, you ain't got no great running back. Because guess what? The play got to start somewhere. There are some people out here that are trying to go out and do this on their own. Yeah. It ain't lion-like behavior. You're trying to do it all by yourself, and you're trying to do it for yourself and by yourself. That ain't lion-like behavior. If you want to be the king of your habitat, the queen of your habitat, if you want to be the apex predator in where you live, you want to be at the top of the food chain, then you got to do it with some help. and you got to be willing to do some help. I
So
challenge each one of you that is watching live. If you haven't had a chance to give back in the last 3 to 6 months, go donate some time. I don't care what you donate your time doing, give back to somebody.
something.
Because you heard me, if you see my post, it said just be there for somebody this week. Show up. Because sometimes showing up is all they need.
Sometimes
just
showing
being
up.
present.
What you just said is so real. Sometimes showing up is all just your presence, right? Just like the lion, just his presence, right? Incites dominance, incites fear in the people. Like, man, I don't really want to mess with them, right? And that's why togetherness is so important. You were saying earlier, how the lioness, they actually do 70% of the work, right? So right now in your life, guys, what I'm getting ready to tell you is this: make sure that you have your lionesses in your life as well, right? Because you're going to need other people to do their part as well. It's not just about you. While you're doing your part, you're gonna need other people in your life that are willing to do their part. And once you bring those parts together, you can actually build something special. It's bigger than just you. It's bigger than just you. And with that being said, understand something. If another lion or a cub from another pride wanders in to a pride that's not theirs, guess what? They run them off. They run them off. Why? Because we are not made the same. Like, no, we're not the same. We have a different mind frame. Over here, we got to protect our energy. We got to protect our babies. We got to protect our family. You go over where your family is, you cannot be here. And when you have people that come into your life that are not of the right mind, they're not of the right mindset, people that are come in to kill, steal, and destroy your energy, your momentum, they got to go. It don't matter who they are, they got to go.
Well, how they say it, LeVar, you are one of us, but not one of us.
You are one of us, but not one of us. Come on.
You may look like me, but you like how they say, you may look like me, but you don't really act like, you don't think like you. I know that you might be a lion, but you ain't part of this pride. Because this pride got a different type of mentality. We don't walk the same way you walk. See, I seen when you walked in, you had your head down, and then I know that wasn't part of this pride.
We walk with our head up.
We walk with our head held high. Our shoulders rolled back. We walk with our head up. Some shoulders rolled back. You know what I'm saying? You got to walk with a sense of urgency. If you're in this pride, you don't get up and log and yag around. You don't roll out the bed. You jump out the bed. Both feet hit the ground at the same time.
But you just said a word. You just said a word. I need y'all to hear this. You just said a word. You said, wait a minute, you walk with your head down. That's not a part. That's not what we do in this pride. So in other words, what I'm getting ready to say to you, which is super important, when you got people that are part of your pride doing stuff that's not pride-like, you got to change it immediately. You got to check that and hold them accountable immediately, because the whole pride has to win. Not just one person and not one lion in the pride, not just one cub or lioness or whatever, not just one of them eating, we all eating. Guess what? We all have to act pride-like. We all have to do pride-like things. So when there's people within your circle that are not doing pride-like things, you have to make sure you speak up. Don't just let them run themselves into a wall. Don't just let them run the team into a wall, because guess what? If you don't, they will do it. You got to make sure you do your part. We hold each other accountable so that we can all win. That is pride-like mentality.
And when they don't, in the kingdom, in the lion's kingdom, when you have one lion that is doing something completely opposite of what the pride stands for, guess what? They don't kill him. They just send them on their way.
You got to go.
Leave.
You got to go.
I'll be honest with you. You must be like a lion. Sometimes you got to cut some people out your life. Some people going to have to leave the pride because they're not going the same direction the pride is going, and they're slowing the pride down. They're hindering the pride's growth. Be willing to let them know, hey, you know what? It was nice while you was here. We appreciated you. We wish you all well in your future endeavors. We wish you the best in your future endeavors. Sometimes it's like corporate America. Because see, the pride has a culture. That's why they do the same thing in corporate America. We have a culture here. And if you're not part of this culture, you're not willing to be part of the culture, you got to go.
Man, you got to add to the culture. You got to add to the culture. You got to add to the culture. That's another pride-like mentality. You got to add to the culture. So I'm asking everyone that's listening, we're going to start closing down here in just a second. But let me ask you guys, whatever circle that you're in, my question is, are you adding to it? Are you adding to that circle? Are you adding to that pride? Are you very intentional about making sure that the pride wins? See, because anybody who deal with me or get close to me, they know what I'm about. They know I'm about pushing you. They know I'm not going to accept the least. They understand it. And that's how you have to be in your pride. You have to make sure that you add to the pride. Because if you're not adding to the pride, listen, you're subtracting. You're not meant to be there or just be somebody that people are holding. You're running around and you're only thinking about self when you should be thinking about the pride itself in general. You got a culture that's being built in the surrounding individuals, that circle that you're with. You have to make sure that you're adding to the culture. It shouldn't be one person loving on each other. It should be everyone loving on each other. It shouldn't be one person getting information and keeping that information to themselves. It should be everybody getting information and reporting it back to the pride so that everybody can win. They say the rich stay rich. They say the rich stay with the rich. Listen, you're going to understand. The wealthy stay around the wealthy for a reason, because they bring information to each other. My question, are you doing the same thing? See how you can go ahead and close this out, brother?
Well, first off, thank you all for taking part in this episode 1 of this series. You know, what is it about the line? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Animal Kingdom series. We're going to be talking about tigers come Thursday. I have some exciting information to share that I didn't even know till I started researching it. Right. But as we close out about this lion today, know that the lion has a pride. Mm-hmm. And the pride works together. You have the male lions and the female lions, and you have the cubs, but all together they are a pride. They are a unit, and they work and move in unison. They work together so that everything and everyone gets fed. Nobody gets left behind. I challenge you, be lion-like. Step up to the plate. If you want to be the king or queen of your habitat, of your life, of your goals and your dreams, step up to the plate. Make sure you make the right decisions for not just yourself, but for the pride as a whole. Once again, thank you for watching Grow, Live, Dream, and we look forward to seeing you and hearing back from you. Make sure you like, love, and share. You can also check us out on YouTube, and we will see you soon. Have a great
Thursday, 2 p.m. Y'all make sure y'all jump on. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, y'all. We getting it.